So many milk is burning my dome like turbulent air.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos.
You ready?
Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. That's out to his running back, Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Flacco looks to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. The completion to Riddick. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and calls a nice play for lost yardage.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 45 on second down, Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. A check on the numbers for Westbrook in last week's game. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
They go jet sweep here with Chark. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go jet sweep here with Chark, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and goal.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A sack by Todd Davis.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To pass, Flacco. This is the tight end, Fant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Flacco from the gun. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw on 2nd and 10. Flacco looking left sideline, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Gearing up for their next possession, Nick Foles and the Jags. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in this. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Come on, we better not.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco, man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a sprint.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll throw now on the final play. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the run, it's Fournette. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Here we go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Here's Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. This will be caught inside the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and goal at the 9-yard line. Waiting.
Now Foles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
McManus's point after is good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
A lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Telvin Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. He's in a groove right now. 2 sacks last week. Also got AFC Defensive Player of the Week for that effort. Another sack right there.
He just innately understands how to get to the quarterback. He's going to be blocked differently each and every time. He knows how to counter, and how to adjust, and how to get home, as they like to say.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try to run with Lindsey. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, here's Fournette. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Full throw taken in by the tight end, Swain. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Malcolm Smith there for the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To a knee goes Flacco, and that should be it.
And there it is, the standard symbol. Taking a knee means that one team won, and the other one obviously lost the ball game. But now that team that won is 2-2. After the first 4 games, I think they're okay with a 2-2 start. Not overly happy, but at the same time, not depressed either.
You mentioned to me breaking down a season in quadrants. So the first quadrant is kind of a check, as you said, for okay. Not great, not bad.
Yeah, right now they're just holding serve. They look forward to their next 4. Maybe they can make a surge there.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were...
This ain't nothing for the past.